Albino, and today I'm presenting my final project, FAU Navigation Map, which is a campus navigation app built with Swift UI to help students find their way around the Florida Atlantic University's campus. And I think this will be very useful for students who are newer or visitors who want an easy way to navigate around campus, which I did when I first started FAU. So first, let's start off with a quick demo. So here's authentication where users can both sign in and sign up. So let's start with sign in. Here, users can put their email. Oh, no. Okay, let's just switch the keyboard real quick. Okay, here we go. You can put their email. Let's do this. There we go. FAU.edu. There we go. And then we can put our password. And the passwords have to be at least six characters long. So let's make this a little longer. Okay, we should be good. Create and count. There we go. Now here you can see the FAU campus map. So here there are some custom icons for each building. So if I zoom in, you can see even more buildings here, all around here, yeah, with different colors to represent the building type. And when you zoom out, you basically see the main buildings. There we go. Also, you can filter by building type. So we can look at academic buildings, housing buildings, athletic buildings, and etc. And here you can also search by building code name, building code. So if I do GIS, which get General South, we can also do General South like that. And we'll get some information about General South. We can also navigate, and we can get to that later. And here you can view your profile. Here's your navigation. You can view your profile, you see your email, your user ID. And also, which is a very important part, we can add our classes. So when the user adds a class, it will appear here in Save Classes, and it will also appear in the map as an icon. So let's zoom out so when we see that. Okay. Oh, and let's go back to, there we go. Okay, let's start with our class schedule. Let's add a class. So let's do a demo class, 3. A course name. Let's do test course. Let's add a building, math. So the buildings are all the predetermined buildings from FAU. So when you search up a building, such as General South, you can click on it and General South will be there. And we can do a room number. Let's just do 1, 2, 3. And we can input a time. This is just for the users, the user to see. And here now we can save class and that will go to the Firebase database. Here we go. We've successfully added a class. And now you see it appear here. And now you can go here and you'll see right here, this red icon right here is our class. And right here you can see it says General South. And now we have one class. And here also there's another feature. You can see the weather with Open Meteor API. You can see the current weather of the campus. So users can see if it's raining, if they need an umbrella. And here, I'll zoom out. Also, let's show navigation. We can click on the class. Wait for it to load. Sorry, the simulation is very slow. Okay, let's click on a different thing. Let's click on this. Okay, here you can see all the information about a building. Let's see if this will load. Here we go. Okay, now it loaded. Here is the test classroom, our test class, and you can see the information, and here you can see navigate. So when you click on this, users can select different methods. So they can choose to walk there, drive there, or use transit. Normally, you can't take a bus to a class, so this will normally say this. So if it can't calculate, it will show this error. And it will show the fastest route at the top. Here we go. And I'll start with driving. There we go. And now it will show you navigation to that building, and it's a live navigation. So if I was using a physical device, it would show me walking to that destination, and the remaining time will go down, and the miles would go down, and the arrival time would go down. And yeah, that's the demonstration. And here you can exit navigation. And here you can add more classes. But let's talk about some of the code that's implemented into this. That's okay. Let's minimize this. And let's go into here. Here we go. So here are the files for demonstrate. Here's the files that I use. Here's auth view. So auth view has all the functions for authentication. And if I scroll down a little bit down here, this is just the UI. If I scroll down, you can see the function authenticate. This handles both the sign up and the sign in by checking the sign up state and calling the appropriate Firebase authenticate auth method. And errors are displayed to the user for a successful authentication as the app updates. And if you can go here to Canvas Map, here you can see all the UI and MapKit integration for the main map window. And there is, if I can scroll to it, here we can is the integration of the weather function with a URL session to make a HTTP GET request to Open Medio API. Here we go. The Open Medio API. And it basically parses a JSON response to extract the current temperature, the current weather conditions, and then basically it updates the UI on screen. And also, one more thing, since this is becoming a very long demonstration, we can go here. We can see all the updates with Firebase. So let's go to authentication and we can see all my tests, and we can also see the one we just did. There we go. And let's see more options. Okay, well, we see our user and then our database with new classes, and this one should be our most recent one. And here we go. We can see the classroom we just implemented. Thank you.